First of all, I have to tell you it's a very great honor to be here and to participate this event. My name is Gabor Pechy, and I'm from the Hungarian chamber. And I'm a bit scary because I know I'm the last speaker who's between you and the lunch. So I try to be short, and mainly I'm a bit nervous because I changed my topic in last time because first of all I thought I bring you a lot of technical things we've got in Hungary, but I changed my mind because I think there are more fields we have to focus, not just the technical things. So, excuse me. So, my aim is to presenting of the importance of the data awareness and presenting some misbeliefs about the AI and about the machine learning. And I try to do it in a very, very simple way. And beside of these things, I try to emphasize our Hungarian solutions. So, my agenda, first I would like to speak about the big data. We've got a lot of data, and I think it's year by year getting more and more. And it is a very important thing, I think, how to deal with it, how to handle this data. And I think, I mean, the chamber needs a data strategy, because we must be sure what we've got. The next point is about the AI, some kind of solution. I tried to speak about some risk and exposure, and I think there will be, at the end, I will talk about, I think there must be new professions and new fields and new tasks we have to solve. So first of all, I decided to change the so technically things is the importance about the notaries, because it's very important. The notaries are the trust. And now the notaries have to use different kind of solutions. And these solutions are trusted for the notaries. Do they know it is trusted or not? And if we are not quite sure about this, we can lose this trust. So I think that's why it is very important to speak about the data, how to handle the data, and where is the data. So there are some buzzwords we always hear: big data, datafication, data science, data lakes. So sometimes it's confusing. What does it mean? Do we have enough big data, or data big enough? So I think this is just words, and we have to see it in a very simplified way. We've got a lot of data, a different type of data. We've got data in very big volume, and that's the definition about the big data. But we should not learn these things. Just know that words are not scary. So the first question is why we have that amount of data. Do we need that amount of data? And I think the answer is yes, because we now we can use much more evidences. If we make a document transfer via some kind of electronic solution, we would like to have a confirmation, and we'd like to store that. Moreover, if it's need, we want to find it. And if we accept we've got more and more data, then we have to know a lot of things about the data. So it is very important how we store data. Okay, it's a very big question in the paper field too, because I think there are a lot of regulation about how to store paper documents for notaries. But there are regulations how to store the electronic data. So that's one point we have to deal with. Another thing is how to protect our data, because I think it's not enough we have our data, we have to protect. And I mean, okay, it's mainly, we could say it's an IT job to protect the data. Yes, of course, we can say that, but I think it's the notariat have to know which data are in their hands and what is the exposure. So I will talk about later about this. So in Hungary, we decided to make a centralized system. So for years, the documents and all the things are situated in the notaries' offices. But now, for 2020, we made a centralized system, and we collect all the data from the notaries because we are quite sure we can protect it in a better way than a normal office can do it. Because if we can, I just try to be simple, we can use high or expensive firewalls. I mean, I don't know how much does it cost, but I'm quite sure a normal office cannot afford that level of security. So we have to centralize this to make sure we can protect in a higher level, because the protection is needed. And of course, the data, by default, it is very important, the availability. Okay, we can say we've got a very good centralized system. Okay, but if you've got no internet or system is down, you cannot see your needed documents. So that's another thing. It is very important to make the availability in a very high level. And of course, there are needs for validity. That's why if you are using electronic documents, you're using a qualified digital signature. That's very important. It's okay, and it's very good, because if you use with a timestamp, it is good for a long time. But what we can say about these documents, they will be good after 10 years or 20 years? No. Because the technology always changing, and there are a need, a special protection. We got it in Hungary, and maybe they use the same technology. It's an archiving solution. In Hungary, we made a trusted solution, which are registered the European trusted list. Long-term archiving system, and that is very important, I think. First, we used that system for years, but we used with another company. But I think we started it about 3 years ago, and now we see it's much more better because we own the data. Because, okay, it could be some kind of a company who owns our data, but what if we've got some conflict, or I don't know, anything can happen. If we do that, then I think it's much more trusted for us. And beside of these things, in Hungary, we decided another thing. You may know the name of Tamás Parti, was responsible for the Futurology Forum in KNUE. And he thought it is a very important thing to establish a data research institute inside the chamber, because we thought it is our responsibility to handle our data well. So I think that is a very important thing, because I speak a lot of things, how to protect the data, how to can reach a long-term validity, and all these things shows a way that we need a regulation. But somehow it is not always come from the regulator side. Sometimes we have to make our strategy, our data strategy, and I think it is a very important thing. And of course, if we've got more data, then we use special technology to handle this data. I just give you an example. If we've got some extra fields, it's called metadata besides the documents, and we can use it, we can allow to type something beside the documents. We do it always, and I just give you an example. There we used a field, it's called nationality, and we'd like to know how we can write it. You know, we said in Hungary, it's Magyarország or something. It turns out, we got a lot of data, it turns out that there are more than 100 types we write it, because there were mistyping, some shorter version, and it is a very big problem, because if our aim to analyze this data, because I think it's our aim to analyze this data, we cannot afford to be so divergent. So we must clean the data. That's another task we have to do. We face it. And another important thing, I can bring you another example. It happens to me. Once I opened a folder in my computer and wrote it important documents. And I always, it's something important I put there. And it turns out, after a year, everything was there. And I cannot find anything. So that's why we have to make a right order to keep these documents. And I think that is very important, because if we imagine we've got a lot of amount of data and we do not care now about it, we do not make decision, this is a right or the left things, it will be a very big problem in 3 or 5 years, because then we decided, okay, we have to make an order. There will be plenty of documents, and there is a very hard thing to make an order. So, I just emphasize that this is why we thought it is a very important thing to make data strategy. And of course, it doesn't mean the Hungarian, the brighter of the world, and we make a good data strategy. But we have to start, we try to find which is the right way. And after 3 or 4 years, we can say, okay, it could be not the best solution, but then we've got 3 or 5 year experience how to do it. So I think it's very important. And another very important thing, why do we need this? a lot of things I can say, but one of the things, it's a very important and very unique thing. Dr. Tamás Parti said always, we have to try the measure of the living legalization. I give you an example. If it happens there was some changes in regulation, and okay, we can say, oh, that will be good because our procedure can be faster, or no, it's maybe not. But I think in this century we cannot ourselves to guessing instead of measuring. If we've got data, we can measure this, and then if we got a decision, then we can say after a time of period it was a good or a bad decision, and we can correct this. That is very important. And of course, if we've got a lot of amount of data, we have to use special technique to analyze, and here comes another section about the AI, because there are a lot of AI and machine learning solutions, but sometimes I think it sounds frightening. For me too. But why? Because we don't know what does it mean exactly. We know, oh, AI, we use yes, no, I don't know. So I think if the notaries want to try the trusted strengths, they have to use trusted solutions. And I think it is very important to know what these things are. So I tried to show you a very simple thing, what is machine learning. So let me think, we've got a lot of documents, and I would like to make an order which document consists of a word apple, and which document consists of a word peach. Then we can use machine learning, and if it's find one word or the other word, it can split together. And what will happen if there are a document with a word grape? If the system programmed like it will ask us, then we say it's machine learning, it's a supervised machine learning, because we told the machine what to do. And there are another type, if we don't care about this because we haven't got enough time to type all of the fruits in a list, then it could be, he can separate it by the fruit's name, and this we call unsupervised machine learning. So I think that's enough to know about this, because that is how it is work. Okay, there are a lot more complicated functions, but basically this is the main aspect. And sometimes they ask, should we fear about the AI or something? Will AI defeat us? I think if we work something like these functions, the answer is of course not. We use the same if we use an Excel sheet to find some data. I cannot imagine Excel will defeat us, or who knows. So I think that is a very important thing to highlight. This artificial intelligence and machine learning things is not diabolic. But we have to focus, because it's of course it's got drawbacks. So, but can we see what we have to do with these things? I haven't mentioned that we put together our electronic documents from back to time we've got since 2004. That's a very long time, and we've got nearly all the documentation, the notarial deeds since that time. That means we've got more than 10 million documents. That's a very huge amount of document. So what kind of help we can use? There are a lot of things. So we can use free text searches because it's a very interesting. I just type some words about that deeds, and the system can show me what deeds consist that things. The other very common things, the transcription. It is, I think, widely used by the Kurds in Hungary, but I think here too, when somebody just speaks and we've got the transcription of the speaking. Another very big field is the remote identification. I think it's a very hot field because I'm sorry, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a notary. I don't know very well the regulation, but I'm quite sure there are some regulation about making limited. There must be a rule. We have to use a fully digital way, which can means we have to use remote identification. But in Hungary, it is not compulsory for the notaries. But I think is about not just we have to do, we should do, because if we do not use this technique, we won't allow to the users the remote identification. They will solve another way. So I'm quite sure there are a lot of banks in Europe which uses not so sophisticated techniques. They can do it because they okay, we've got a risk about deepfaking or something, and maybe the transactions 1% is involved, and who cares? But I think we are a very different situation. The notary cannot afford 1% mistakes. So that's why we have to think it over what types of system can we use or should we use. But if we do not use this technique, maybe we lost some field. So that's another problem. So I think we have a lot to do. And I just want to highlight another thing, because there are much more complicated AI solution. I mean, connected to the remote identification, the face recognition. And always there is a bad feeling, okay, the system could decide he or she is a correct person or not. It's important. We don't have to guessing, and the professor just said it's something like gambling, maybe. But if we don't use, we lost that ability to find or hide up who's the cheater. I think, and that's very important, not the AI can say, I accept this or not. That is the notary who say this. And with or without this technology, we can say we accept this person or not. It just helps us, and it's a very big difference. So we can say everything is so beautiful. Can we use AI, machine learning? How? I think no, but I write it, don't panic, because there are ways we can find out which technology is safe for us and which technology consists some drawbacks. I just write one thing, the speech recognition. I think a lot of us can use, I use it in my iPhone because it's much more easier to talk to iPhone than hitting the keyboard. But we should know if we do this procedure, it goes out somewhere, I don't know where, but they got my data. And that's the very big problem. And here comes we to the next topic. Oh, I'm sorry, the next one. What is the main risk and the risks and exposures? It is very important to know which functions works on premises in our notary offices or in the chambers servers, and which functions we should use the cloud. And that is, I give you a very short example, and I can move on. There will be a company who's for checking viruses. You can upload a file, and it's got a lot of search engines, and it can say this document consists any virus or bad thing or not. Yes, it sounds great because it works, but they've got a small text. If you upload something to check, then it means they got right to handle your data. What they do, if somebody uploads an Excel or a PDF document or a Word document, they analyze it, what is it, and after it they sell it. I think it's a very big exposure. Of course, not all the companies do that, but we have to take care about this. Another thing that was some minutes ago about the password. Everybody got passwords. Me too. And it happens, I cannot learn a lot of passwords because it's not too easy. And it happens, I use the same password for ordering pizza and for my computer. And it turns out it's a very big problem because cheaters usually offered some solutions or something you can use. They want to know your password, and of course they give you a good solution or not, they store your password and they can use against you. So that another thing is about the exposures. We have to know how to handle our data, and it is. I think it's a task which is not connected to the IT people and not connected just the notaries. That is a point we have to work together. So, and I wrote it up, it's a very big risk not to face these new possibilities, because sometimes it could be turned out we should implement it. We should make it for ourselves, and then we can use it. Okay. So, it is my last topic to tell you what is my opinion about this new era. I think this new era brings up new professional fields, because we have to solve these problems together. I mean, the IT field and the notaries. I don't mean notaries have to learn how to programming. That's not what I want to tell you. But the notaries knows about the function we have to analyze. I give you an example. If we want to measure a process, then we should know which points are that we can use. for measuring. So that's why a bit we need to upgrade ourselves to thinking a bit objective views. It's just a new thinking which have to be owned, I think, to the notary, for the notaries and for the IT too. So, in a nutshell, that was what I'd like to tell you, and I hope I can give a bit insight our thoughts regarding the new digital era. And I think one of the most important things, do not let these new terms scare you. The only thing that's scary is the unknown. So thank you very much. Thank you very much.